This is a program about an amateur motoring event held in New Zealand. The Le Mans relay race was run at Pukekohe outside of Auckland on August the 15th, 1982. The third such event to be held at the circuit, it was organised by the Porsche and Morgan car clubs. The event attracted more than 90 drivers and over 3,000 spectators. The day comprised 2 Le Mans-style relay races and most of Auckland's sporting marque car clubs were present. But for the drivers, the meeting began the day before, when the cars assembled at Continental Cars in Newmarket on Saturday morning. Many of the drivers felt the same degree of trepidation as TR2 man John McMullen as they watched the mechanics examine their cars.
The early ones like this, the early four-cylinder cars handle really well, but I feel the later cars don't handle so good.
How do you expect to go tomorrow? Will you be trying?
If I get through scrutineering, I will, yeah.
Scrutineering's like a super warrant of fitness test. Each car is thoroughly examined, and for racing, special rules apply. No retreaded tyres to fly apart at over 100 miles an hour. Sump plugs wired in place. A sump load of oil dumped on the track is not only messy, it could quickly become lethal. Steering and suspension are visually checked. Double springs on the throttle, just in case. In fact, the whole car is subjected to a painstaking examination before it's allowed anywhere near a racetrack.
Come on, we want to get this before they move the car off, which we're going to do in a second. Like this, when it wanders around. Following their cars about.
The age of the cars involved spanned 30 years, from Marsden Robinson's 1951 Morgan Plus 4 to Ray Barker's 1982 Porsche 944, brand new. The motors ranged in size from under a litre to more than 5 litres of supercharged V8. 14 makes of car, and the differences in age and horsepower would make race handicapping a challenge for any organiser. And amongst this glittering array of exotics, there were also the priceless.
It's a 1959 Lotus 7. It's a full race Formula Junior specification, and there's one of 4 in the world left. I would never sell it. I'm just not interested in selling them. They're too hard to acquire.
Hope to find out tomorrow.
You haven't taken it out before?
No.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
Since the start of the year.
Yeah.
Got a bit of tune up on this.
It was coming on yesterday. It was this morning. It's a lot of Bruno. Don't take the work of the car.
Watch your back, Jack.
I've had it for about 9 months and had a lot of fun in it, you know. I've got the cable brakes, 3-speed gearbox, E93A gearbox, you know, and everything in it.
How does it handle?
Brilliantly.
Very quick for 100E.
Yeah, very, very quick. Yeah.
Right. And your name is?
David Charles.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Right.
These are the marked cars, the cars of which modern dreams are made. Ask any small boy in the passenger seat as Dad blasts down the highway, the wind whistling past the small laid-back aero screen. And these are the men who'll take their treasures to the racetrack, where they can each share in a camaraderie peculiar to them and their machines.
Sorry? Done the extension? Nah. Down the other side of this? Yep. Yep. Easiest
Latest Elan +2, 1972, made in England. Quite competitive, you know, there are certainly a lot quicker ones and there are some slower ones, thank goodness. But I certainly feel that a car like that is something I want to keep, that's for sure.
The boys have been working on it nearly every night now till 12 and 1 and 2 in the morning. They've moved the motor back about 8 inches. You can see when we lift the bonnet, you find the motor's been moved back about 8 inches. And the sump has had to be refabricated out of aluminium to allow it to clear the body frame underneath. It's got a 5-speed gearbox fitted behind it and a limited slip diff. The suspension has been modified and roped down to try and keep it flatter, and it's running on P6 tyres. And it practiced on Tuesday. We took it out for a bit of a run, and within 6 laps we had it down into 1 minute 22, so we're pretty pleased with that. Yeah. We don't have any illusions that we're going to beat the Porsches. We can't beat the turbos, although you will find that as we don't have a factory turbo, we built one of our own. This white car here behind us, we've actually been turboing that, and that could give them a few surprises. But it'll be running, this car will be running with definitely be running with the mid-range Porsches or the slower ones. There's no way we'll keep up with Bellis and the boys, because they're going to be super quick. And really that's one of the reasons for being there, is to watch those fellas go by. They're just going to blow us away down the straight. You get into massive power slides, which it's capable of. They won't find it that easy through the windy bits. They'll have to work hard.
Very nice. And your
Pleasure.
name?
Robin Locke.
Thank you.
The 2-litre GTV. That's did the B&H last year,
and it's had a turbo fitted to it, but it's still standard basically. It comes in fairly early, it comes in at about 2000 RPM, so it's not actually, it hasn't got a noticeable lag at all actually.
Is it a factory modification for the machine, or is it just something that...
No, it's just something that's been built. About garage. Oh, it should be alright. We've just still got a couple of small things to do before we take it out there tomorrow, but it's all in good hands. Eric's got it all under control, so...
you're a member of the Alpha Owners Club?
Yes. We own the other one, the Carrera Motors one, the European Car Club.
This is a 1973 RS Carrera, which is the only one of this type in New Zealand. There's plenty of 911s, but this is a RS, being the German for Rennsport racing model. It produces 210 horsepower, and before Porsche produced any turbo models, this was the most powerful they ever produced.
What do you feel about events such as these classic car club events?
I think they're a great idea. It's means sort of promoting the use of the cars, whereas otherwise they sit in garages all year, because the drivers have a chance to get out and use them. It's something that's a bit different for the spectators, rather than just seeing saloon cars going around. There's something a bit more exotic.
The Le Mans meeting was just one event from a very busy inter-club motorsport calendar. Some enthusiasts can attend an event every weekend somewhere in the country. These meetings can take many forms, from concours for originality to hill climbs, sprints, gymkhanas and circuit racing. And they cater for every driver and level of driving skill.
Wives particularly just don't have any option. They're told what they're doing that day and they just have to do it.
Take the potter out and have a wee play. A lot of fun, as long as it's fine. It's a bit dicey in the wet. I think by and large you're safer driving in this sort of event though than on everyday roads. This is the only car I have, and I use it every day for work, so driving it in traffic I find it rather hair-raising, whereas here it's...
I enjoy classic motorcar racing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's not too expensive. We have to run on road tyres, which is quite good. So the cost doesn't get too great. And we all come out here and have a lot of fun.
Flag marshals will be just be using the normal blue and yellow flag, so there'll be the normal procedure. If it's held steady, then you're prepared to overtake. If it's waved, there'll be an overtaking the car. If you get the yellow flag held, which is a caution, be prepared to stop. If it is waved vigorously, well, for any reason a car's gone off and it looks like a bad situation, it's a bit more dangerous, well then you wave the flag vigorously, and that is to really warn the drivers that there's something dangerous up ahead. And of course the CV people who will be with you on every point will report back the situation under control, and then I'll have the red flag then. If it gets to a situation where the race has to be stopped, or the sprint has to be stopped, well then the red flag will be used here at base.
This is the second of these big relay races, but they will certainly be at least an annual event. In fact, I'm sure that we'll run 2 a year. There's been such enthusiasm, not only in New Zealand, but worldwide, for this sort of gentlemanly racing competition with old sports cars. It's a fun event, and they're not supposed to go all out. And any driver who is found guilty of really driving very, very hard will be disciplined. It's not the sort of driving we want. It's a gentleman's old sports car day, and while certainly every driver will be trying quite hard to go as quickly as he reasonably can, we don't want anybody taking any silly risks. There is no real emphasis on who wins. The emphasis is on just getting some old sports cars out and having fun with them. The laps counting is done from a timing bus, and there are 2 systems which run alongside each other. First of all, there's a manual lap counting system where each team has a lap counter sitting in the timing bus who ticks off the laps as each car completes them, and they're also entered into a computer which has a display screen, and the display screen shows at all times how many laps each team's done, so that at all times during the race we know exactly where all the teams are in position. It's difficult because so much is happening so quickly, and the lap counters have got to be right up with it. They can't afford to make a mistake, and they can't afford to miss a car going by. And to cover that, we have an extra official standing on the finish line with a microphone, and he just reads off the car numbers as they go by. But with something like 10 cars going through every minute and a half, and that runs continuously for 2 hours, that means a lot of numbers, and we can't afford to make even one mistake or it will invalidate the results.
really. Typical sports car driver. I've had this one about 5 years. It's the third one I've had.
Yeah.
I've had Ferraris and silly things like that. But very temperamental. Well, not too bright, really. I like them. They're a flash car. Well, I think recreation, any recreation serves a good purpose, doesn't it? I mean, otherwise, what are you going to do? Sit at home and dig the garden? Oh, great, you know. It's stimulating, isn't it? It gets the adrenaline going. You get people come and watch and enjoy the day. They have a good day out. So why shouldn't they? I think it's good. Expensive, but good. Very expensive.
Are you married?
Yeah.
Kids?
One. And she's 19, so it's offhand.
It's all well sorted out.
Yeah, don't want any hassle like that. They are, aren't they? God, it's terrible. No, I think it's just sports car racing, really. It's just you just enjoy it. It's not that competitive where someone sideswipes you off the circuit, is it? It's not, you know, that sort of thing where it force you off because everybody's driving a machine that costs them a lot of money and they love. Makes you realise speed and what can happen.
Does the back wheel still go round? I don't know.
And I locked a wheel up braking. It got onto the grass, went backwards into the fence. Nothing you could do once it got onto the grass.
Give him putting 190 on the plate. Got everybody now? Right.
So we have the 14th stage, there are 3 teams within the 4th class.
Talk about swapping cars down there, mate. Hey, last minute plate comes down. Car, mate. Half minute now.
The half to the quarter start, 30 seconds to go. The race is expired.
2 press ups before you start. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Everybody back behind the pit road.
Fourth in the field. The big score, 8 hearts. First before. Here it is completing a 10 lap. The right side on the south left of the field. Time 76.3 metres. well-specified car that is very fast. The Paints own Associated Radio in Wellington, the largest radio, TV and stereo outlet in the capital city. And our race leader car out there is also factory standard, so it's another production Porsche. With the best comes a slightly smoky scimitar, driven by Mark Brennan. It's an Aaron Jag, number 171, the E-Type, which unfortunately is one more lap than he needs to. Hancock Club back. A bad blow so early in the event. But certainly Jim Short's E-Type did one more lap than it needed to do, and effectively they lost the lap there. John Boyd Tumbling Racing, a 1963 model, nearly 20 years old, into the pits while out front there we have our race leader, the Pace Porsche Carrera, 1976 3-litre Porsche 944. And the white Porsche 2 lap. Clear Porsche 2, 10, 12.11 lap. Behind the leading car. 103. The leading car now, Tim Bailey, in that immaculate 1980 3-litre Porsche. Leader on the road, and now more than a lap ahead of the rest of the field. Our number 2 team is currently in the pits doing their changeover. Tim Bailey has now lapped them well out in front. Ray Barker's Porsche 944 making its pit stop. Porsche Team 2 made the third place car, so he's not far at all behind. Alfa Romeo will come as one, the second place team. We've got an interesting situation now with the Alfa Romeo and the Porsche Team 2 are very close together. That gap is now widened considerably because there's a number 1 car on the road, Tim Bailey and the Porsche 103. Yes, that gap is now wide clear because the line 5th overall is leading the index of performance. Porsche 3 out as well. The Sunbeam Team 3rd in index of performance with the Porsche Team 4 4th. Derek is noted to be a fast.
makes you realise what can happen.
Permanent course, representing and the flag's fallen to the end of their time. Over the top of the hill comes Bruce Ellis to take the checkers for outright victory. Bruce Ellis in the 1982 Porsche Turbo. New time for Roger Springfield, taking the checkers. 74 lots. 6, Jackson Z, Team 1, having completed 83 laps. The overall result, first Porsche Team 1, 83 laps. Second Porsche Team 2, 80 laps. Third Alfa Romeo all-comers. And the index of performance, first Porsche Team 3, 77.05 laps. Second...
But I'll hand you over now to Andrew Bremner, the manager or the agent in New Zealand for Perrier Waters, who sponsored today's event, to hand this over to Bruce Bellis, the leader of the Porsche No. 1 team. Thank you very much, Alan. Congratulations to Bruce, and congratulations too to the Porsche team and the Porsche Club for the wonderful organisation that's gone into today. I hope everyone's enjoyed it, and now I have. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And if you give them and a mug for each one. Bruce, starting to drop out. Bruce, come on. Give it a Get your mugs out and you can fill them up.
Cheers, Alan. The real I suppose we could open this one too now.
Yes, we could open.
Alan, do you want to come and get your photograph taken? Do what that means.
Yeah, all right. You get one there. You'll be able to get one too.
Got the bubbles going. There's nothing.
I didn't get any.
All bubbles.
Is it all right? You shouldn't drink it out of a cup.
I never knew that Perrier water tasted. Very remarkable.
3 points.
Whoops. Oh, well, thanks to Perrier.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Alan. Also, your autograph.
Perrier, right?
Very good. Cheers. Good help. Thanks, everybody. John. Yes, have some.
Big one for a little fella.
There you go.
Good help. Cheers. Have you got another mug? You got the small one. Well, there we go. Have it, hurrah! Cheers.
Grab your name, flip to right.
It's in the program. Helmut von Turfit. This is from the Surgen Hermit. Got a reserve milk, mate.
But we all had a ball, and if we did the same thing and you enjoyed it too, it's fantastic. That's my feeling about it. These boys came all the way from Wellington, Bruce Bellis came all the way from Christchurch, so it's a real team effort to put it together.
My boys from the Southampton come up
and we'd be happy to have them again, but without people like Perrier here, we wouldn't do it.